Dana Saroop Seetahal was best known as an independent senator in the Trinidad and Tobago Senate who defended and worked on improving the laws of her country.
Dana Seetahal was the best lawmaker I have experienced or read about in the whole history of our parliament, and a member of parliament whose carrying out of that great office set a model for all parliamentarians.
In 2008, she opened her own private chambers, El Dorado Chambers, located in Port of Spain, Trinidad. Ms. Seetahal first entered Parliament in 2002 as an independent senator in the 7th Parliament. She was again appointed a senator in the 8th and 9th Parliaments. Before being appointed as an independent senator, Ms. Seetahal was a State Council 3 within the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and eventually she was appointed to the post of Deputy DPP.
Honorable Senators, on Sunday, May 4th, 2014, the nation awoke to the news of the tragic death of Ms. Dana Seetahal, Senior Counsel, a former senator on the independent bench. I now invite the Senate to pay tribute to the life of Dana Seetahal.
It is with a heavy heart, Mr. President, that I rise on this occasion to join the chorus of voices in paying tribute to this legal titan that we knew as Dana Seetahal, Senior Counsel. How does one begin to encapsulate the multifaceted life and accomplishments of the late Dana Seetahal? For me, she was a personal friend and colleague, a woman of unquestionable character who effectively straddled the median of Trinidad and Tobago society, and in the process engaged us all to champion the cause of justice for the holistic development of our country.
I first met her in 2002 when she was first appointed to the Senate. Her first speech in Parliament on Monday, October 28, 2002 is a classic. It was, and it shows her method very clearly. It was a part of the budget discussion, and she looked at the part of the budget that had to do with legislation about crime, the prevention of crime, and the punishment for crime.
Dana was devoted to her family, and she cared deeply and openly for them. This was returned in equal measure. Although her birth order cast her in the middle of 12 children, Dana was the backbone of the Seetahal family.
Family was most important to her. Although both of us didn't really have any children as such, but these children, she said, well, the main thing, Sita, when they come to you, and they get to don't think you could always give them back to their parents.
She loved to meet us, the siblings, but more so her nieces and nephews. And it was a great joy for her to see each time how much more they matured. And if they could win her, which they never did, of course, but at least try to win her in an argument, I mean, that was something she really liked.
She and my father had debated along the line. You could swear as a big person debating, Daddy said, girl, I can't win you in no.
While on the rise to becoming one of the 3 female senior counsels in Trinidad and Tobago, Dana Seetahal, while practicing as a prosecutor and a counsel, taught many in her time as a tutor and lecturer in Hugh Wooding Law School, where she held the position of course director in criminal practice and procedure.
Ms. Seetahal touched the lives of generations of young lawyers throughout the region, functioning in her capacity as a tutor at the Hugh Wooding Law School. She mentored and tutored so many law students, giving freely of her time and going beyond the call of duty.
Dana had a very forceful personality, and she believed, she had strong convictions. So she believed in certain things, and she tried to inculcate these beliefs in those she loved. And that's why they say, for example, if she didn't buff you, she didn't love you. So she tried to encourage them in doing certain things in a very forcible manner. She believed in being on time, definitely. She believed in honesty, owning up to your mistakes. If you make a mistake, right, say it and fix it. She also believed in showing respect, even especially when you don't agree with somebody else's point of view. And showing appreciation and gratitude, those are very, very strong things with her.
She was one of the persons who encouraged me while I was studying law. And she would always, ask about how I was doing, if there was anything she could help with. And at the end of the first year of law school, I had to find an attorney who I had to do what we call an internship with. I chose her because, well, this was somebody who I knew before, who I had, great respect for, and who I felt that I can learn a lot from.
Beyond her work, Dana had a rich life that she enjoyed to the fullest and shared with others.
We've heard the Honorable Attorney General speak to her virtues of excellence in many fields. He, like I, know very well of her prowess as a marathon runner, as a prolific maker of tea, loving her couch in her office to all who she would invite to come and sit and chat about Trinidad and Tobago, about what we wish to do as people together to take our country forward.
She was very famous for hosting events. So every national holiday, she would, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, Emancipation Day, birthday parties even for members of staff, she would always host some kind of event or another. These events, you saw another side of her.
The villagers in the area, when she come every Saturday, they used to run out with their legal problems and all these kind of things to her. And she used to stand up there something half an hour, explain something. I see car coming and when I come out, I said she's still outside there with them.
Because when you think about what her contribution, her constant contribution to the bills used to be, she checked up on the drafting of the legislation. She checked them up to see that they didn't contradict one another. She checked to see whether they contradicted existing legislation. And she had a permanent interest in the humane side of every bill that came to us.
Dana, beyond helping others, was very adept at her field and served as an example to many in the way that she dealt with the legal practice.
She was a fearless and powerful advocate who served with distinction both at the criminal, both as prosecuting and defense counsel. Her book on Caribbean criminal practice and procedure is essential reading for law students and a useful reference for practitioners. And she proudly served on this honorable bench as an independent senator for 5 years. As a friend, as a practicing attorney at law, and as a member of the independent bench, I wish to acknowledge with deep gratitude and appreciation Dana's considerable and important contributions in the law courts, in the halls of academia, in the media, in the Law Association, and in this Honorable Senate.
The fact that Dana Saroop Seetahal was so fair-minded and open with her life and work made her murder shocking to the public, her peers, and to her family.
It's a lot to remember because it's been 20 years, 25 years since we've been friends. I remember her starting off as a young attorney and being next door to her at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. She was a wonderful person, very much a big sister to me. And she telephoned me the night before she was killed. And it was shocking to wake up the next morning to a phone call to learn that she had passed. I could not believe it. I did not want to believe it until other people started calling and asking about it and telling me what had happened. And it's been 3 years now. And we have had to have the memorial for her outside of the court because apparently the matter is still going on in the preliminary inquiry.
It is true that we live in times of danger and uncertainty, but this dastardly and cowardly murder is a new low. It sets a dangerous and destabilizing precedent. This is a solemn moment in the course of our country's struggle for law and order. This infamy casts a stain on the pages of our history.
I was actually woken up from sleep early in the morning to get this news, and I started to, I was in a state of disbelief. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Then you go through the next stage of refusing to believe it. Though you're hearing people are telling you that this thing has happened, you refuse to believe it. So I actually went down to the scene, and it was not until I actually saw her body being lifted from the vehicle that, it really hit me, and I appreciated that this really happened. But I suppose the first serious thought I had was realizing, the significance of what had happened. But the country had lost somebody who was really devoted and interested in nation building, contributing to the country.
Trinidad and Tobago may not yet fully appreciate what it has lost. But I can say without fear of contradiction that Dana Seetahal's passing has made every single citizen of this republic significantly poorer.
In the Children's Authority Amendment Bill, which was her second contribution in the Senate, she made some very basic points that everybody was overlooking. Because there were two other bills, two other acts that had been passed by Parliament but had never been proclaimed by the President. Therefore, these were not yet law. And then she said, and she was very polite. She didn't say the way I would say that. What she was really pointing through was the absurdity of coming to amend a law which wasn't a law.
She was genuinely interested in developing the country and helping the country in any way that she could have, and she did that until her dying breath.
She was many things to many people. And to me, she was not just a sister. We were very close. We became even closer when I joined the legal fraternity. So she was a colleague. She was a best friend. She was my confidant, my advisor. So she was many things. So it's not just one person I lost. I lost all these different people in my life.